Hello everyone, ockpii here, and today I'm going to be going over the main controls for Castle Story Prototype. A lot of people have been having some trouble with the controls, so hopefully this video will help you understand the game a bit better and how you can actually play the game. So, first things first, let me just get my Brictrons on a place that we can actually see them better. And okay, here they go. So, this prototype just came out yesterday, so if you have bought your copy, not really bought your copy, but if you paid more than $25 on the Kickstarter, then you can go pick it up on the Humble Bundle, Humble Store, or whatever it's called. So, here's the game. Welcome to it, and the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is the camera controls. So, as you can see, we have this little circle here. I'll be getting to that in a second. So, just the mouse. Here's what you can do with the camera. You can scroll up or down. And what this is going to do is going to raise or, what is the word? It's going to lower or raise your camera. And if you hold the spacebar, excuse me, while doing so, you'll be zooming in or out of this circle. This circle is the main position of the camera. So, if you hold the spacebar, you can also left click and drag. This will move your camera. And you can also right click and drag, and this will orbit your camera. I recommend you using the WASD keys while holding the spacebar because this moves the camera quite a bit faster and quite a bit easier, and that way you can actually use your mouse to do a lot of stuff. So, if you hold the spacebar, you can zoom out again, as I've said, and I recommend you doing that when you're working because, again, it's a lot easier. Now, this little white line here, it represents the distance of your surface, like how far the camera contact point is to any surface. So if I lower the camera, you can see that the little thing gets shorter. And you can see that I can actually just go under the earth and we have a tiny dot that represents the point where the camera is. So I recommend you keeping it about this size if you're dealing with Brictrons. I usually keep it like this so that I can monitor my actions properly and keep an eye out for things and just work. I just keep it around here. So I recommend you do that as well. So, in terms of actual stuff, now let me just point out this is the HUD right here. This is just explaining the camera controls. This is basically so the camera hugs the terrain, basically. This is the X-ray vision. I'll get into the X-ray vision when I'm talking about mining. And this is the day and night cycle that I've frozen so that I can have a better frame rate due to no shadows. This is the system menu, which will just open this menu right here. This is the Mac version, and apparently the Mac version wasn't compiled with any sound on it. So we just have filler music. Now, in terms of actually controlling your little Lego man, how do you do it? So, you have these 4 tabs right here. And you have the idle builders right here, the idle Brictrons, they're right here. Then you have the builders work group, then you have the miners work group, and then you have the lumbers work group, the lumberjacks. So, firstly, this is your main group. All of your Brictrons that are idle, or basically that don't have a job, they're right here. And you can drag this, and you can select them all, and you can control them, or you can simply do this to control them. And then you right click to make them do stuff, to make them interact with something. This tab isn't available on the prototype, and this tab, I'll be going over this tab in a little second. So, first things first, I'm going to get some wood. And to do that, normally to assign Brictrons to a group, you would open this, and then you would drag them to a group. Like so. Now you have a lumberjack Brictron. The thing is, you have this button here, you have a bunch of buttons assigned to each of these groups that I'll be showing you, and these are the buttons pertaining to the lumberjacks. So you have lumber zone, and lumber zone is basically an area of effect inside which the lumberjack will be getting wood. As long as there are trees inside that area, he'll be collecting wood from those trees. This is to delete the lumber zone, and this is just to deselect the tool. So, okay, that's it. However, if I press lumber zone, a new group will be formed. Like so. So, the lumber zone is now associated to this group. So, if I delete the group, and to delete the group, you just click this little X, and then you confirm, right here, it disappeared. So what I do is, I delete the lumber group, and I select it without any Brictrons, and I select the lumber zone. Actually, I didn't need to do that, but I delete the group that doesn't have the work area. And now I add my Brictron to it. And if he... Oh, I think I clicked away. I did. Okay, but he's going to do it anyway. If he doesn't do anything, that means you need to set up your little lumber zone. So if you click the little thing, you can go to this, and you can see right here, it tells you basically what it's influencing. So this is the number of trees. So you have 12 trees in this lumber area. And it's pretty good for the place that we're on right now. As you can see, it's a pretty nice number. So you could actually increase the radius of your area by doing like this. And you could potentially encompass the entire island. Now, this is not something that I recommend you doing because you want them to be efficient and kind of strict to an area so that they can, you know, use the stockpiles of that area and not wander off and then having to go immense amounts of like land just to put a tree down. So I recommend you keeping it to a smallish number. Let's go back to the number that we were on. Click. As you can see, he's not doing anything. And why is that? Because he doesn't have anywhere to put his trees on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just assign 2 little bricktons to be builders. So I just drag them to this little hammer thing. I click it, and then I can move them here because so. And I can create stockpiles. And I'm going to create 2 stockpiles just by clicking right there. Now, a lot of people have some trouble with stockpiles, or building in general, because if I click away, like, I can't click away. So what do I do? How do I get rid of stuff when I'm working? Because if I click another group, I still have the thing there, so I can't do anything. So just go to the building, and right-click, hold the right mouse button, and just go back. And this pie menu is your lifesaver. Now you can click stuff again freely and with no concern. So, something interesting about these stockpiles, let me just get these builders out of the way, is that you can click them and you can delete them, and this will instantly kill whatever is on them, and you can select stop accepting wood or stop accepting stone. So in this case, stop accepting stone and stop accepting stone. This is because I want these workshops, or these stockpiles rather, to be for wood alone. Now, in terms of mining, let's see how that works. So you select these other bricktons that are idle, and you assign them to the mining work group. Now you click it, and for some reason they go to the lumber area. I'm not exactly sure why that happens. As for mining, you have these 4 buttons, and you can deselect the current tool, you can clear the mine, or basically erase a mine without erasing the group, you can make a tunnel. I'm sorry, but I still don't exactly got my head wrapped around how you make tunnels, but you can make a mine. And how do you make a mine? Here's how you make a mine. Let me show you. Let me zoom out and get the camera set. You click and drag, and then you unclick, and then you can see that you can select the depth of your mine. And then you click again, and now you can right click so you can adjust the direction of it. As you can see, this is the stairs that the little bricktons will be making. If you make a mistake, once again, you can just click this button and you can do it again. Actually, no, do it again. Oh, and now they're going to do stuff. I don't want them to do anything. Okay, you see, I clicked this little button. It was a red ball. I clicked it. It was basically stop what you're doing. And if I want them to resume their activity, I just click it right here on this play button. But now let me get my mine set up as I want to, like so. And as you can see, I've messed it up. As you can see, if I go down enough, there's a cluster of blocks right there. That's because that's the edge of the island. So you need to pay attention to that so that you don't lose bricktons. So I'm just going to set it to this level right here, and then I'm going to rotate it like so. Click it again, and for some reason, this is the first time that this has happened to me. For some reason, I've created a new mine. But this is a problem that you can solve exactly the same way. You just select the 2 bricktons and drag them to that group where the mine is active. And now you can delete this because this is pointless. So now they're going to be chopping away at that mine, and everything is fine. However, they're going to need some help from our fellow builders right here. So what are they going to need? They're going to be getting all this stone. And as you can see, it goes to their bags and all that. But they're going to need to put it somewhere because they can't just put it on the ground or something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another workshop. Another stockpile. Now, what if you want to make a stockpile right near the mine, but you can't remember where you put the borders? Well, that's very simple. Just go back to your mining group, and it tells you where it is, so that you don't put any stockpiles inside of the mine. Now, when you build another stockpile, you're going to need to maybe switch it to stone only rather quickly, because the lumberjacks, they don't have a job right now, so they're going to want to put their wood on there. Right now, he's going to compensate by putting it on this empty workshop, but soon that could possibly be his lumber stockpile. So you just click it, and you stop accepting wood, and you click this one again, and you stop accepting wood. And right now, everything is flowing nicely. Or is it? Not really, because we're not really building anything, so everything comes to a halt as soon as they fit their stockpiles, their stockpiles. So let's try building something, why don't we? So we select our builders, or we select our group, and let's see what we have here. We can also use the pie menu. This just has the option of stockpiles, catapults, and barrels. Barrels are used to hold materials as well. So let's start building something. So let's just pick a standard block, and let's see what I can do. Let me just fix the camera right here. And let's build a very, very simple box, like a castle box. So you just click the blocks as they go, and you right-click to rotate, as you were doing before. Now, they go and pick up blocks from the stockpiles. Now, what happens if I put a block and I don't want the block? I can just shift-click it, and it goes away. Just shift-click it with a block on top, and that will get rid of it. Now, if I do it right here, one of them is going to not have anything to do with this block. And what happens is that if there is space on the stockpiles, he'll retrieve the block to the stockpile. Right now, there is no space on the stockpiles, so he can't do that. But, for instance, if I put another block right here, he is going to go pick another block, and he would be filling it with another, and he would be putting the block back. So that's how it would work. And then I just shift-click this block. That means that this guy here is going to destroy it. And that will create a bunch of pebbles that I presume the miners can go pick them up again. I'm not too sure. And this is what I wanted to show. See? There he goes. The block had no point, so he's putting it back. So he's very, very clever. Now, in terms of actual building, let's just demonstrate some of the building. Let's just select the two builders and actually build something. Okay, so simple little box, like so, and like so. Excuse me about the camera angles. Oh, and I messed it up a bit. Like that. And I'm going to make a small staircase right here. So I can't, not there. I'm going to make it right here. And so I want to make like accessible to the second story. So right now I'm going to just complete this little construction using castle patterns of building with bricks. And let me just continue on and make the structure complete. Then I can select these blocks here if I want to make it an even structure. Okay, but now I want to get to the other floor. And how am I going to do that? I can't just do this, obviously, because there are physics in this game and stuff needs to be supported. So I make a new block right here, and then I make a stair right here. And what's going to happen is that everything will be easier to reach right now. I'm not exactly sure why they're not working right now. They may be stuck, or there may be not enough stone right now. But as soon as there's stone, and as soon as they complete a stockpile, here they come back again to do their work. And I think that's pretty much it. In terms of controls, that's pretty much as basic as it gets for the prototype. In terms of mining, I really haven't tested In terms of actual building a tunnel, I can try it right now. I haven't really gotten any success out of it, but I can try it right now. Okay, and that didn't work, so I'm going to try it again. It created a new group for some reason. Not sure why it's doing that. It hasn't done that since. So, okay. I'm not exactly understanding what's not working here, so I'm going to not try. And you guys can try that as your homework. Conversely, if you want to not delete a group, but yes, duplicate it, you can do it by doing this, and you can do it as many times as you want, and then have fun deleting all of them. So, everything should be flowing nicely had I given them actual orders on how to do stuff, but I haven't, and that's it. This crystal here is your main entrance point. I'm not sure if you actually do anything to it. So far, I'm not sure. So, thank you for watching, guys. This has been my video explaining you the main controls of the prototype, and I'll be doing more videos of me just, having fun with this and exploring. And until then, thank you for watching. Right now on your screen, there are two videos that I encourage you watching, just a little bit of my work. You have Discussing Castle Story number 1, which was a video I did that explained basically all that we knew about the game prior to the release. And then you have Discussing Starbound, which is another series of discussing that I do about games that haven't been released yet. And right now we just have the beautiful moonlight lighting the way of our Brictrons and of yourself, maybe, if it's nighttime when you're watching this. So, also I've tried killing Brictrons and to no avail. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on my video. Make sure to like the video if you've liked it and if it was helpful. Give me your comments on your opinions and what you actually thought of this, and if you have any tips. And I will see you on my next video. To that, I recommend you subscribing to my channel if you want to be notified of whenever I make a new video. So, until next time, take care, guys.